happening, fight fans? It's an all-new year, which means all new matchups to get you hyped up for the UFC. Tune into the fights this weekend, and don't forget, get in on all the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. They're offering all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. So don't wait. Download the DraftKings app right now. Sign up using the code SONNEN. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets for DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered with live markets, like Fight to Go the Distance, which makes watching the action that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy with a shot at even bigger prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use my promo code SONNEN. Get $200 in bonus bets for any $5 wager. That's promo code SONNEN, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Conor McGregor versus KSI. There's something here. And I know Mams Taylor very well. I could call Mams right now. I'm confident that he would answer the phone. Maybe we should do that as an experiment. Put him on speaker and just find out where everything's at. But Mams Taylor, so you understand, is the head of Misfits Boxing. He's put on big fights before. He's put on Logan Paul fights before. Here, a great one, just that your minds will know, was Dylan Danis versus Logan Paul. That was all done by Mams. So Mams is also the manager of KSI. If there was an opportunity for a massive fight, particularly one that you might view as a little weird being a positive word, unique being another word for that, that's right up Mams' alley. And Mams is now weighing in, and he's saying, yeah, there's some talks underway. It's KSI versus Conor McGregor. They got to Dana. Media gets to Dana. And they asked Dana, is Conor going to be fighting KSI? And Dana's 3 words were no. No. But he did admit that there was some discussion about that. Now, take it back over to the KSI to Mams side, and Mams saying, man, we aren't done with these talks. These talks are actually leading to more talks. Okay. But just so we can stay there. Now, trying to tell somebody with money what to do with their money very seldomly works. It doesn't matter. You get your first $4, $5, $6 in your pocket. You want to go to the store, you want to buy it. You want your mom to see you buy it. Hey, mom, you get something too. It's on me. You get that maybe as an allowance, or maybe you had a birthday and some people kicked in, and your mom's trying to tell you, you know what, let me get this, son. Save your money. So it gives you the speech about college and things like this. But it's very hard to do. There's a feeling that you have, and there is also a freedom that you have when it's your money to do with that money what you choose. Whether that's to buy candy or whether it's to invest for college. But that doesn't go away when you become an adult. And now all of a sudden you're dealing with what we'll call real numbers. Your distaste and displeasure for somebody else telling you how to spend your money. All right, now let's go a step further. You're rich. You are rich. I don't mean you got some money. I don't mean you got $1 million. I mean, you've got tens of millions of dollars. You've got $1 billion. You are rich. Okay, whoever is it that's going to come to you is most likely not a fellow billionaire. So now you're being told what to do with your money by a person who in the money game you believe that you've defeated. You're being told what is a wise move with your money by somebody who doesn't make as wise of moves with their money, or at least this is how you're going to feel. So this KSI and this McGregor thing. I mean, wouldn't it be nice? Because, guys, there's boxing matches we'd like to see. There's boxing matches that we just won't get. I mean, that's boxing. They cannot get those fights to the ring. To even imagine, I come from a wrestling background, I come from an MMA background, to even imagine a story remotely close to Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, and for that story to end without those two in their preferred craft under the Queensberry rules, competing against one another, that mere idea is insane. But boxing never got those guys to the ring. So, as fans, if we did have this windfall of money, where all of a sudden you can make dream fights and you could tell everybody, hey, money's no object. What's the number for you to do this? Or even the people that have the strings got somebody else under contract. What's the money for you to release for one night that contract? If we were in that situation, wouldn't all of us be so excited? Because maybe it would be Fury and Joshua. Maybe it would be Canelo versus Crawford. Wouldn't that be awesome if we could actually get the fights that we want? But we can't tell the rich guy what to do with his money. So no matter how bad and unsustainable his idea might be, if he likes the idea and he's writing the check, right? I mean, the idea of Conor McGregor versus KSI is so pointless. That would achieve nothing. They don't have a personal beef. They don't both represent something within culture that is beefing. They don't represent a ranking, a memory, a championship of any kind. It is so unbelievably meaningless that it would make somebody in my position believe it's not true, but it is. It actually is true. I heard directly from the company out of India that's looking to do it. I read the article that Mams put out. I read the article when Dana White confirmed that there was talk of Conor and Logan. Dana didn't know anything about the KSI business. All right. So, now that we've established we can't stop somebody with a whole bunch of money of doing what we want with the money, now that we've established that, there's another problem. And in many ways, it's a big problem. There are certain things that you will do in this life. There's no coming back from it. And there's some decisions that you will make. There's some things that you will accept. Great president before. They asked him if he, as he's ascending through politics, he would consider being vice president. He said no. And it wasn't because he didn't want to serve, and it wasn't because he didn't love his country. On a personal note, he knew about himself. If I accept number 2, I will never be the president. Historically speaking, to be a vice president, then roll into the presidency, you don't have to tell me the history of that. I'm just telling you what this guy said. He said you can't ever accept being number 2. And there is many things in life that once you make this acceptance, you can't come back. Fighting and being a tough guy, living that lifestyle. Going to bed at certain times, eating certain foods or not eating certain foods. Not being and participating in social events because you're locked down and you're in practice and you got a goal and you're driven. These types of things. The mentality that you would have to get through that. Once you accept taking an easy fight. Once you accept taking a fight for no other reason than money. Once you accept competing in a craft that is not even yours. Once you accept as a multi-time world champion taking on somebody that was never a champion of any fashion. Once you accept those things, you can't flip that switch back. You cannot go, if you go, I'm going to box KSI. And I'm going to box him for $50 million. It's going to be nearly impossible for you as an athlete to come back to reality of $10 to $12 million to get in there and fight Dustin Poirier in MMA. And that's the bigger story of this entire thing. Like nothing bad would happen to KSI. For what KSI does for a living, he is so far outside of his shoes of proving what an aggressive and driven and tough guy he is. But for a former champion in MMA to get in a ring with him for an absorbent amount of money, it's very hard to go back. And that's one of the bigger dangers. Like, Conor hasn't done anything in the past half a decade that would lend us to the notion that he's going to win another fight. But he's also never lost a fight that wasn't really hard, where he didn't have toughness, where he didn't have some grit, where it actually did look of, hey man, if he was a little bit more buckled down, his energy could go a little bit further. He just might have won that fight. He's never been made to look a fool. And then again, he's never agreed to box KSI.